Defense attorneys for the man charged with killing two teenage girls in Delphi, Indiana, want key evidence in the murder case thrown out. The defense claims the search warrant for Richard Allen's home was invalid, and his attorneys say all evidence stemming from that search should be tossed out. Now, Allen is accused of murdering best friends Abby Williams and Libby German while the teens were hiking back in February of 2017. State police say Libby secretly captured cell phone video of this man on a bridge heard ordering the girls, quote, down the hill and to the place where they were killed. Now, prosecutors believe the man in this video is Richard Allen. Let's bring in Brian Watkins, legal analyst and criminal defense attorney. Brian, thank you for your time here. Is the defense making a valid claim?
You know, it's a standard claim that all, defense attorneys make in a situation like this. But you got to understand what the level for getting a search warrant is very, very low. All they have to determine, the police must determine, is that, is there probable cause? Is there some reason to believe that evidence of a crime doesn't have to be, but may be found here? And that's a very low burden for the police to produce that type of evidence. They had some reason to believe that there was evidence there, and it's kind of backed up by the fact that there was, in fact, evidence actually found there. So these are very, very difficult motions to win, and I don't see it prevailing in this case at all.
And Brian, it took such a long time for a suspect to even be named, let alone taken into custody. A lot of people, had feared that this case would just go cold. If it is deemed to be an invalid search, will all of the evidence seized automatically be thrown out?
Yes, technically the remedy for, an illegal search and seizure is suppression of the evidence, but that is one of the most harsh penalties for violating that, that rule there. And it's very, very unlikely, and it's very rare that a judge will enact such a harsh penalty and say that these police had no reason to believe that there's evidence there. And it's kind of tough to win these motions too, because you're doing it in hindsight, because we do know that there was evidence there. So that in itself is proof that they had reason to believe it, and it turned out that they were right. So a judge is really going to have to work hard to suppress that evidence, and I don't think it's going to happen in this case at all.
All right, so you are a defense attorney here. Richard Allen wants his trial televised. Usually defendants want to shield proceedings from the public. So what do you think is at the heart of this?
If he is the person that did it, clearly he has mental issues, some psychopathic issues. Maybe he wants to, be seen, be in the media, be in the forefront. Or on the other hand of that, he may be thinking that it will rally the public to come to his aid to say, hey, free me. I'm wrongfully convicted. And if everybody sees the evidence against me or the lack of evidence against me, they will come to my aid, and social media will get going, and everybody will be on the free me train and wear T-shirts that say free me. Based on the evidence that I've seen in the case, that's unlikely to happen also.
Well, and that brings me to my last question here, Brian. I mean, as things stand right now, how damning do you think the case is against Richard Allen as it stands?
There is a lot of evidence against him. The gun found in his house, which is, of course, the subject of the search warrant, which is at issue, and that's just what the defense is trying to suppress, is, of course, key. And here's the problem with these types of cases. You have jurors, and they want to see someone go down. They don't want this crime to be unsolved. And so you got to have to convince those jurors. I know technically you're innocent until proven guilty, but in reality is, the jury is going to want to hear from you. They're going to want to hear some explanations. You're going to need to explain some things, explain that evidence away. And I don't think that he can do it. So I think the evidence is strong against him. And if he doesn't have a good explanation for it, I don't think he has a chance.
All right. Well, legal analyst, criminal defense attorney, Brian Watkins, thank you for your time. Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.